Hello, welcome YouTube, I'm slyelessar. Slightly different review here. I am going to be doing it on new iPad Pro 10.5 inch. This is just a cheapy little keyboard I got with it, but the pretty cool thing is about I can move it around and still type on it. So if everything goes to plan, this should still keep recording all of the information. Please visit slyelessar.com. That's where I keep all of my content. That's sort of my home base. Okay. So I wanted to touch on a couple of things here. Let's see if I can get this. Right, here we go. So in terms of using an iPad as a replacement laptop in terms of photography and other things, is that possible? No and yes. It does not replace a MacBook Pro, an iMac or a main computer. However, it is a great secondary device for it. In fact, let's just go on here now. So we're on Safari here. In fact, this is the blog version of this video. Basically, there is a lot of talk on the internet about the new iPad Pro being able to be used as a main working laptop / computer device. Although I find the idea an interesting premise, I struggle to see many people being able to do this. Despite the fantastic hardware within the iPad Pro and tablets, they are still only really souped up iOS machines. No disservice to the machine, but whilst it's running on iOS, and for instance the Microsoft Surface Pro runs on Windows, so ergo it's able to use bigger applications, bigger programs, things that we love using all the time to edit photographs and things. So as you'd expect from most computers surfing the internet, this thing is fantastic. You can use it as a general touchscreen. You can type in on here, or you can bring up your own touchscreen keyboard on there. I can't remember how to do it because I've got the wireless keyboard on. Doesn't matter. A very cool function. Let's bring up the thing here. So let's get the real YouTube app out. So a really cool thing about the iPad Pro, I'm sure you see it everywhere, you can do the split screen thing, which is really handy. Say you want to watch a video that's not choosing, let's stick it on my channel because then we won't get in trouble for showing things we shouldn't. There we go, Lammasari, Finland, fantastic, go visit it. Right, so that can be playing all while you're on there, and then whilst you're here, slyelessar.com, go visit it. So again, what this allows you to do is surf the internet, do different things on the internet, and use YouTube at the same time. So that's pretty cool. So no problems there for handling all of that information. Let's bring this up here. As for editing software for photographers, handy things that this will do. Duet, which I won't do right now. I probably should just have my MacBook up, and then this is having a second screen. It's basically a substitute for your monitor. If you've already got a second monitor at home, it's not so very useful, but if you're traveling or you need a second monitor, perfect. Or you're downstairs, you just want to be doing something very quick, but you still want a second screen, it's fantastic for stuff like that. Duet is the app for that. That is something that's very handy and can allow you to still work on your main machine and then edit on there and then pull over to this screen all your files and your folders, or you can move it over here. Vice versa, it's basically a second screen. It does cost $14.99 in the UK, so it does cost you something, but that's something that would be very useful to photographers. Another thing which I don't actually own yet, I nearly bought it the other day, so I could probably give you a better review once I do get it. Astropad. So Astropad basically works in tandem again with your main machine, and basically you plug it in. So if you've got Lightroom up, you can actually take the Apple Pencil and you can open it up, the same image that you have on there, and you can go in and you can edit various details. Say you want to remove blemishes, you want to change the tone of certain parts, you want to use the correction tool. It can basically be used as a touchscreen with a pen to go in and get those details. Makes it a lot quicker. That's something I'll do a proper review on. As you can see, it's $28.99 in the UK. However, it is also, for the same reason, very useful for designers and people that love to draw, etc. So it might not necessarily be fitting for photographers. However, Procreate, ignore my very shitty drawings here. So Procreate, again, is essentially a drawing, designing app. The pencil's fantastic. I mean, it's just, you know, Anyway, in regard to photographers, I've got an example here. You can import your photos and you can draw and edit on your photos, and what this is quite handy for, you can see leading lines, you can see other bits, other elements in. So let me take out the photograph. Okay, so this is just a generic sketch. I basically traced over the photo in different areas, and you can just see what's going on in the photograph with the leading line. I know you can see it on the photograph as well, but this is quite handy, a little tool for learning and picking things up. So I mean, it's quite good if you're investigating, if you're trying to show people, if you're doing little lectures and things. It can be a handy little tool to use. You don't need the pen, you can just touch it with your fingers if you want. It's done in layers, so I can take all the different layers out and you can see what I was doing first, what I was tracing first. That was the final layer, so dunk, 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 dunk. Oh. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's quite a handy little app as well. So is it a tool, a master tool? Can you use it instead of a laptop? It can be a creative tool, yes, instead of a main powerful machine, MacBook, iMac, general Windows laptop, whatever. Can it be used instead of? No, not unless you're just surfing the internet. Because it runs on iOS, it's basically apps at the moment. So you only really do have in terms of Lightroom, the Lightroom mobile app. There are, in fact, Affinity Photo. This will be useful for people actually. Let's get rid of that. Affinity Photo, there we go. So Affinity Photo, $9.99. But don't be put off by the prices there. I mean, it is worth buying some of these apps. These are the decent apps. Is a popular alternative to Lightroom, especially for tablets. So you can do in-depth editing in here, adjust all the levels, go in, you can go in with the pen. So this is something I'm looking to get in the future, and I might do a review on it. But this is also a handy tool for photographers. So yeah, in conclusion, someone who is a photographer looking to get an iPad Pro, get it as a secondary device or a creative device. It's not going to be your main device unless you just plan on surfing the internet, YouTube. Again, you can import your photos, etc. I mean, you can, if you're happy to use Lightroom Mobile, it's got that. It's got various other apps. You can use it for Netflix, etc. But in terms of photography, in fact, the notepads are really cool, because of the notepads you can type. So this is a summary of another video just that I've had on the side screen. It allows me to make videos a lot easier than trying to read my terrible handwriting. And you can also scribble and sketch and draw and whatnot in there. So this is actually drawn in there. There we go. So I mean, it's a great little handy creative tool. Even if you're not into drawing or designing, it can be handy for little things. Again, most useful thing is probably going to be the Duet, Astropad, Procreate and Affinity Photo for photographers. And that's about it really. I mean, it's the Apple Pencil is separate, that's another £99. But yeah, can you use it as a main device? Not really, in terms of editing, photos, music, blah blah blah, no. But as an internet surfer, as a little creative tool for drawing, sketching, little manipulations here and there, a double screen, and using it to basically as a second device, a support device for your main device, and then you can use it for other things later on. Yes, fantastic. Anyway, I'm slyelessar. Visit slyelessar.com. Have a good one. Entropy is going like it wants to release this quantum shift ain't gonna get me.